Got any ideas?
Hey guys, Valtorious the Awoken here. Now, 2 videos in a day, right? So, Black Lightning Season 2. Episode 1. Pretty good. Pretty doggone good, you know, because it's kind of like wrapping up after, like, you know, season 1 of the last episode where, you know, Jefferson Pierce isn't suffering. He's basically, you know, being, counseled by the board, like, yo, like, you know, all this was happening to the school, Khalil, you know, the attack, everything, and, you know, you was nowhere to be found. He had cover stories, like, you know, I was out with the family, I was somewhere else, I didn't know this happened, and he's like, I don't know. Then you had his wife, Lynn, who was also being in question by, like, I guess what these government officials, you know, it's like, you up to something, what you doing here, and stuff like that. And, you know, she's basically saying, like, you know, I can help these kids off this green light, because it's crazy how these kids that's basically like on green light, you know, the cops is basically beating them down, they treat them like shit and whatnot, and I'm like, yo, this is kind of deep, you know, this is kind of deep, and it plays to effect of how, you know, how cops, you know, view blacks, and, you know, how they beat them down. And I like how they did this in on Garfield and Freeland, how they did this in Olive and Freeland and stuff, because now that everybody knows that green light, and everybody's who has dormant powers and they on green light, it's messing them up and stuff. So it's like, I really did like that. And the best one of the night, even though before I get to that, was Cyanide and Flouter was basically she was a spotter who was basically Jefferson's vice president assistant, you know, type woman that was towards him, and they was fighting, and I was like, I thought Cyanide was I thought she had like something like Tobias, like immune to damage, or has some sort of ability where she can reduce damage. She got killed in the first episode. I was like, yo, my girls, yo, what happened to you that fast to the neck? I was like, wow, it was a great fight, but I was like, wow, she's kind of fine, but wow. I was like, all right, but damn, I was kind of liking you. You know, I didn't really expect her to go out like that, but I was like, you know, it's cool. Then she went over to Gamby and was like, oh, you know, you helped out the agency, you know, with those kids and stuff like that. She said, I could help you get back whatever that was stolen. She didn't fully tell Gamby what it was, but she said it was hell, so we don't know what that is yet. So I was like, okay. Then, you know, the whole they needed like $500, because the pastor was basically saying that, yeah, the government said that you need $500,000 in order for you to actually, I guess, get your kids back or see your kids or whatever, stuff like that. So you have Jefferson talking to Anissa like, well, I don't know, like, I don't know what to tell you, like, you know, we have to let the government do its part. She says it's bull, stuff like that, and it's like, well, you know, she went off and started beating up gang people and robbing them of their money. I mean, well, she's doing the wrong reasons before a good cause, so you can't say her actions is questionable, but she's doing it for the right reasons. Then you have my boy Jefferson and Hickerson, Billy, yeah, his boy Billy. I was like, wow, when he was like, oh, 2 and 2, he was like putting 2 and 2 together, like, yeah, Black Lightning saved Jefferson's kids real quick. He was like, yo, just tell me the truth. He said, you better tell me the truth. Don't make me take off that mask and stuff until you took it off. He was like, all this time. I was like, damn, my boy. Even though, personally, I love that episode, this episode, because they got straight to the point. It wasn't like how you see in some shows it takes forever for the detective or for someone to figure out who the vigilante is. He just knew, and he was smart about it. It didn't take him like as if he was Commissioner Jim Gordon, which I still love my boy Jim, but it didn't take him that long to figure out, oh, you know, you're this and that and stuff. And he was smart about it, and I liked it. It didn't take that long. So he was like, you know, eventually telling his wife, like, well, people who know my secret identity, people's going to get hurt physically and emotionally and stuff like that, you know. And she was just saying, like, you know, because they had like their problems, you know, trying to like figure stuff out, because she wants to help the kids, he's trying to protect her, like, oh, don't get into that limelight, it's kind of dangerous. So she was saying, is it dangerous because I don't have powers, you can't tell me what to do, stuff like that, you know. They was having like they little moments and stuff. But I love that episode where that part where he was talking to, I think, that parent or that dude and stuff, and they was having like a talk, and he was like, oh, like, hey, watch it now, brother, watch it now. He's like, yeah, you act like you on your high horse and your pedestal, even when your daughters got taken away from you by the 100, you didn't even get no sort of protection. And then Jefferson was like, no, I want my school to be free. I don't want it to be with cameras, metal detectors, security guards. He wanted it to be like an open, free school. He didn't want it to be like that. So he was like, yeah, you know. Then the whole Negro and talk kind of like came into about. So I was like, hold up. I was like, yo, what you mean? Now, when they was bringing that Negro stuff up, I was like, yeah, I understand. See, Negro is a softer tone of saying nigga. He said, oh, you know, you gonna make me try to feel like a host, nigga. I was like, he said that word? I was like, whoa, I thought we was keeping it clean. But, alright. All right. Because, like I said before, Negro is basically a softer tone saying it of nigga. But I was like, all right. Pretty damn. All right. I was cool with that. Just by for the words and the action, how they brought it, because it made it seem real. It made it seem real. None of that fake stuff. It made it seem real. So I was like, okay, I was really into it. Stuff like that. You know, basically, like, the Pierce family has to, like, you know, try to like recuperate from everything, because even Jennifer, like, she's sleeping and she's floating, because I guess her power is starting to grow to a degree, even though she brought back her father's power and him back to life. So it's like, I think her power is the best one out of maybe them all, because it seems like she has the power to, I wouldn't say resurrect people, because Tobias got the whole lake of resurrection type thing, but her power is very unique and stuff, because it's like, you know, when Lynn and Jefferson was having like the talk, and it was like, well, he was like, I should train her, and, you know, she was basically saying like, well, maybe training is not enough, maybe you need some therapy, you know, maybe to figure it out. And you know how that kind of like came out to be and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's pretty doggone good, because she's trying to cope with everything, which she had a point on, where it was like, you know, you shot a guy, I electrified the guy, she don't even know if that guy is dead or not, because, you know, she's still a kid. She's not like Anissa or Jefferson, where they can kind of like get into battle without feeling that type of remorse, especially Jefferson, because he's been Black Lightning for years and been hunting down Tobias for years, so he's been in that limelight and danger before, but it was her first time. Even when Lynn and Jefferson was having like that little talk in the bathroom, and she was basically saying like, you know, you didn't ask me how I felt when I killed the guy, how our daughters basically experienced everything, because, you know, they was basically going back and forth on, you should just stay out of it, don't do this, don't do that, stuff like that. And he was like, you know, this is tearing us apart. But until eventually, you know, they got it back together with a sex joke about how Jefferson was erectile dysfunction because of his Black Lightning powers. That shit was kind of funny though. I was like, yo, basically saying, yo, my boy, he got a limp dick, he can't get it up anymore, his shit is limp. I was like, that was funny. That was a little funny. Fucked up though, but that was a little funny though. Stuff like that. So I was like, okay. And the best one of the night was Tobias going up against Flout. I keep butchering her doggone name, but, you know, the vice president, you know. But basically, he was like, oh, you know, you killed Cyanide, and she was like, you know, family to me, like, you know, I'm a I'm going to peel the skin off of your bones. I'm like, yo, what's up with this man shooting harpoons at people like he nigga fishing or something? I'm like, there's no doggone water. I mean, yeah, the blood can be considered for liquid and whatnot, but he ain't here going nigga fishing and stuff. And I was like, yo, she failed in her mission, jumped out the window and whatnot, and the Tobias was like completely upset and whatnot. But I was like, damn, Cyanide was, I love Cyanide. Kinda, you know, she was fine, you know. I'm gonna miss her, but hey, at least you got Khalil though. Khalil still sending Jennifer text messages like, yo, I miss you, you know. Even though it's funny because how in the last season he was like, yeah, I was a good man, I was waiting for a long time, but I'm not getting no sex. And it was funny, kind of fucked up though. And he's still looking for he's still looking for something. He's like, well, you know, I love you. Come talk to me. Let's make things up. You know, I didn't mean to. I had no choice. Tobias said, and it's like, well, now you can kind of get away from Tobias because, well, Tobias now has nobody. His sister is dead, and Cyanide is dead, unless he put her into the Lake of Resurrection. Then maybe, like he did to Lala. Well, Lala's a different story, but I think if he did something like that, maybe she can come back to life. Because I was like, yo, she got popped in the neck. I'm still on that. She died in the first episode. I'm like, my girls. I'm thinking, yeah, you gonna be around for a long time or something. Because it's like, nope, dead. I was like, seriously? All right, yeah, all right. But you know, this episode is you already know it's gonna be a 5. You already know it's a 5 stars. You already know it's a 5 stars. I think this season is gonna be great. I think I don't have any doubts. I don't have no doubts. This season is gonna be great. So yeah, we just gonna wait to see because I want to know what Lala got. I mean, not Lala. I want to know what Tobias got in the briefcase. What's so crazy that might probably kill Black Lightning? I feel like it might probably like take away his powers, maybe for good, or probably be some sort of poison that hurts people with powers. I think it might be something like that. It might probably be a thing that it hurts people with powers or something. Either it takes it away, or it's a thing that hurts people with powers and it probably just liquefy their bones or something. I don't know. And yeah, we probably might see some people that come out the capsule or whatever. Maybe she might figure a way, because I think Jefferson's wife, I think she probably might figure a way of curing people with powers, or at least isolating what triggers it and stuff. That way they don't have to like go full shift in, you know. But we still have a lot to see. Gamby's still gonna be Gamby for a bit. And yeah, you know, I am hyped into seeing what else that they're gonna do for Black Lightning. So yeah, if you like what you heard what you like, you know, please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff, and I'll catch you later.